Y'all know what it is. It's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. One of 54 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash Apping, $, usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20, with a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Y'all know what it is. It's the usual suspect 650-50 draw. Buy your tickets now for your chance at winning half the pot. Cash App, $, usual 50/50. Tickets on sale for $10 for one, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be set. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk Bullshitting on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Push the weight and no flex. Flex the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga, boof. I'm a 88 pack nigga, boof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Listen, we're gonna get right into the business because this is very important, and this is further proof. What I've learned in the last 24 hours. And shout out to the Sensei Stormy B, man. He sent me the link to this. It has become more clear that there is unconditional hatred towards DHP. And what people need to understand is that they're walking a fine line right now. They're walking a fine line right now because now they're, and I need you guys to listen to me, right? Because now this is turning into some sort of America versus Saudi and Americans, boxing fans that are anti-Muslim. This is what this is turning into. And all this is, it's now turning, it's spilling from an attack on a black fighter. Now it's an attack on his religion. And these mofos need to be real careful. And of all people, black people need to understand that this is a route you guys don't want to take. I'm telling you, man, whether you're a Christian or Buddhist, if you're a black Jew like a Mari Stoudemire, you don't want to do this, man. Not with our history in this country, in this world, in this sport. Now, this dude, Radio Raccoon, he's been a coon for a long time, man. A long time. Enough's enough with this dude. He's an hired op. He's been doing this for a long time. He's been compromised way before Showbiz. Showbiz is just the latest edition. The latest edition, okay? For those of you that are new to this, this is the guy that Deontay had to bark on. That to this day, that became famous, that was towards him because of what he said to Deontay. Y'all all remember it. That was him. This was him. Him. Now, for those of you that don't know, this character, Radio Raheem, was a character in a Spike Lee movie called Do the Right Thing. He walked around Brooklyn with a big old radio, and they called him Radio Raheem. A riot, I'm not, go watch the movie if you've never seen it. A riot broke out. and the police killed him. They choked him to death. And it was a sad part in the movie. I literally cried in the theater when they killed Radio Raheem in that movie. It was annoying. And there's a lot of, it's a Spike Lee joint. There's a lot of gems in there. There's a lot of things that you can see in there. There was a character called Bugging Out. He was super pro-black, but he was over the top. But when I started to like find boxing content on YouTube, this dude jumped out at me because he was named after a character in Spike Lee's movie. I said, oh, that's cute. Calls himself Radio Raheem. Right? And this is like Radio Raheem had those 2 rings on his hands, love and hate. Yeah, I got this app. I don't know how to act. So I started watching this content, and I'm telling you, immediately I started asking, what's wrong with this brother? What's wrong with this brother? Maybe it's just me. No. And then I started like just watching like, yo, what's wrong? And then I said, oh, this brother got a job. Y'all ever heard of this phrase? Oh, the brothers went in there with guns and they came out with jobs. You went in there to fight the power, but you've been assimilated like the Borg. This dude stands for nothing. Now, he was on this dude, what's this kid's name? Because I met this kid. I'm gonna give you a brief, Sean Zettel. Sean Zettel. I met this dude. Incidentally, when I met him, Tay Jones flew into New York for the Bud and Spence presser in New York. And this guy was at the front of the line, and him and Tay start talking. He introduced me to him, whatever. I didn't know who he was. When he said, all right, we're going to hold your spot at the front of the line. Me and Tay leave, right? And salute to you, Nod. I see you in the super chat. Salute to you, brother. I'm just cooking right now because this is a 27-minute interview and I need to get all of it out. Man, salute to you, brothers. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. Thank you so much. Tay told me a story. Now, I wasn't all love when I met the dude. And I said, what happened? And I think dude wrote something crazy about Deontay. And Tay had to step to him in Vegas and straighten it out. And they straightened it out, right? So I said, oh, okay, well, it's nothing. And the reason why, now this is Sean's channel that I'm getting this from. But he's interviewing Radio Raccoon. The reason why I'm not concerned about Sean, and I don't care how anyone takes this, but Sean is an American white man. So to be very honest with you, I'm not holding him to no standards. There's going to be a lot of things you're going to hear him say that's me. I'm just saying, oh, okay, well, typical. But this dude right here, Radio Raccoon, you should know better. But then again, I wasn't introduced to his content. I just found it and I started to watch him and how he spoke to these boxers and promoters and managers. He's flown all around the world to do this damn thing. He's an employee. He don't stand for anything. When he looked Deontay in the face, when he says, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean, you people? When you say your people have been struggling, and he said, what you mean? He said, your people too. What are you talking about? We're still fighting to this day. Bro, that right there told you everything you needed to know about what you're dealing with here. Now, this Haney and Teofimo Lopez thing, No. I'm not about, see, we, from all of 2024, from April of last year, when Ryan Garcia tried to kill Devin Haney by using drugs, that's what he did. That's what he did. And then when he was found out, then it turned into racism, and he's trying to save kids, and then he wants to resurrect George Floyd and kill him again. This dude should have been canceled out of his socks, but he's still around. Is anybody going to talk about how Prince Turkey Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, with everything that Ryan said, he still paid him millions of dollars and said, okay. You want to prove that the Ostarine or whatever you was on didn't matter? Fine. Get clean, and I'm going to give you an opportunity. The first fight he had, he got outboxed and dropped by Rolly Romero. And he was still going to give him another payday. All he had to do was agree to fight Devin. Now, if you look like that against Rolly, what the fuck do you think Devin was about to do to him? Which is why he said, my hands broke, and I'm going to disappear for another year. This is obvious. It's obvious. You know, obvious. And let me talk to my Boricua fans who are on the side of Ryan. Funny how you motherfuckers will look at me strange and say, well, it's not obvious. But when I start talking about Miguel Cotto and Margarito, your whole conversation changes. Because I firmly believe that Cotto got cheated. We didn't catch it on fight night. But Margarito wasn't caught versus Miguel. That's just life. He wasn't caught on fight night. He wasn't caught. Like Tyson Fury wasn't caught. We put two and two together when he tried to do that shit to Mosley. And then I started saying, wait a minute. Brother Nas caught him. Right? Mosley knocks him out and insult to injury. He was suspended and he couldn't fight in America. And then we put two and two together and said, wait a minute, he had to have done that to Cotto. Had to. But we had no proof. We had no physical evidence. We had a picture. But we knew what was going on. Now, why is it that Miguel Cotto gets that courtesy? Why is it that we could go back and say, you know what, Kermit Cintron gets that courtesy? Nobody said, hey, Kermit, you fought him twice, and you said he was on my show. I fought him twice. The punches felt unnatural. And I said, Kermit, I believe you. He hit Kermit with a body shot. Kermit was rolling on the floor. You ever saw a kid get hurt in the park, and he's rolling on the floor and screaming? That was Kermit. I said, damn. Margarito must be hitting hard. Then he tried to cheat Mosley. I said, oh, man, this dude's a cheater. He did it to Golden Johnson. He must have did it to Kermit Cintron. He definitely did it to Miguel Cotto. Now, why is it that those men, no one says, hey, Kermit, you fought him twice. You ain't send nobody from your locker room to his locker room. Nobody asked those questions. But when it came to Deontay Wilder, it's why he ain't send nobody to the locker room. Y'all making excuses. Oh, Miguel Cotto's face never looked like that. When it comes to Devin Haney, and this motherfucker's caught red-handed. No, I don't think Ostarine had anything to do with it. It was all skill. I can't unsee the left hook. You clowns have been trained. You've been conditioned to look at black people and what we go through, and everything we say is a goddamn excuse. Now, I could be an actual douchebag and say, you know what, Kermit? I can't unsee those body shots. You were there for them. Shane Mosley wasn't there for them. Whoa! He wasn't. It didn't matter if he had bricks or not. Margarito didn't touch him not one time in that fight. True or not? But I firmly believe that that dude cheated. Now, why is it that we never get extended the same courtesy? And it goes on and on and on and on. So when I see these black dudes in positions where they have a voice and they choose to do this, they tap dance and buck dance. It makes me sick. Simeon Saturdays tomorrow. Tim Bradley, it's your turn. I would love for you to pull up to the Strong House. I have questions brother, and I use the term loosely. You're gonna run to my brother Champside's chat. He has a whole conversation with you. You ain't been back since. Did you use my brother's platform to catapult your YouTube? Did you do that? I got questions. We never get the courtesy. And black men, I'm telling you, whether you're Muslim or not, they're walking that line. This is why I'll never call a Turkey Al-Sheikh the villain in this. He came through. Now, why is it that he can come through with oil money, make all these boxers happy, and all they got to do, the only stipulation they have to do is what? Fight their contemporaries. That's it. He's making it worth your time and money. And y'all got a problem, but y'all had no problem when Daniel Kanahan came through with MTK Global. Y'all act like there was nothing to see. ESPN never spoke on that man's name. And what happened with him is real, because he's not around anymore, and there's a $5 million bounty on his head, and Tyson Fury, you know, the guy that y'all celebrated, is no longer allowed on American soil, and y'all don't say anything. But Turkey comes through, and because he prays to Allah, y'all got a problem. Now y'all got a problem. Black men, y'all better be careful with this. And when you see niggas like this, you need to stay away from them. But shine a spotlight on this guy. Shine a spotlight on Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley, your ass should know better. Because when you got the nod against Manny Pacquiao, I remember you crying online talking about they're calling my wife fat and they insulting they're threatening my kids. Those are the racist Filipino fans that did that. You're not the judge. You fought, you won. This is war. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not disciplined enough to be like Jesus. I'm gonna tell you, I'm just not. Turn the other cheek? No, I'm sorry. You lay a hand on me, I'm gonna lay a hollow on you. You call me the one-upper. You spit on me, I'm punching you in the face. You swing on me, I will knock your eyeballs out the back of your fitted cap with a Sig Sauer P226. I ain't got time to mix it up with you. I ain't got time. I ain't got time to play fair. Black people are the only people that play fair in anything that we do. Anything. And when we don't, our feet are held to the flames. Big Baby Miller ain't touch a boxing ring in almost 4 years when he got caught. And I said justifiably so. Ryan got a year, and within that year, he had an opportunity to be racist, be on drugs, stalk his baby mama, tear up motel rooms, talk crazy about Muslims, disrespect George Floyd. Kyrie Irving refers people to a goddamn documentary. He had to apologize to the world, almost fucked off his entire NBA career, had to go sit down with the Jewish community and everything. And see, that's the problem when I said community. Black people don't have a goddamn community, which is why motherfuckers can run around like Radio Raccoon and Tim Bradley and God knows who, Showbiz, all these niggas. Which is why guys from other ethnicities can come and violate us. We have no goddamn community. In order to have a community, we have to have an economic structure. We don't. We have to have a code of ethics. We don't. We have to have people to ensure that that code of ethics exists. Does that not sound like the Lions Den boxing community? Does that not sound like the Lions Den broadcast community? We're a community. We're not a gang. We're not running around threatening people. 78 came through and he said, you know what? I see what's going on in the YTBC. It's racism. There's a lot of cooning and buck dancing. I'm going to pick my stuff up, go over here, and whoever wants to rock with me, we're going to talk boxing over here. That's what we're going to do. And then that's when I started my channel. I said, I got to support this brother. That's when I started this channel. And it's grown exponentially. And what do people do? They come over here and start fucking with us like Black Wall Street. That's what's happening. And it be niggas doing this. And I'm like, yo, hey man, leave us alone. You don't rock with us or anything we do, go over there. Stay over there. Don't try and burn our shit down, because you know what you're going to find out? I am not my ancestors, man. I will fuck you up. And these niggas know, which is why Malachi came to New York and he hid like a rat. He hid like a rat. All these niggas. I live what you talk. You can say shit online, I don't care. But come to a fight when I'm there. Stay away from me. Don't approach me, bruh. Don't do it. What I do here is important. What the LDBC does here is important. So I see you yellowback niggas, and all I want you to do is stay away from me. I can't stop you from talking. But I'm focused. What we do here is important, and it's deeper than boxing. And y'all are now about to let Teofimo Lopez duck DHP. And now he said he had a problem because Stormy just sent me a clip this morning. I guess he had like a one of those, I don't know what that was, like a Twitter thing, like Ryan was having this racist rally on there, and he's on there talking, and Stormy said, look, it's a hard listen, but I always scroll to see what's in the comments, and the first like 12 comments, everybody was calling T.O. duck. They was like, blah, 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 he's ducking. So it made me feel a little better. It made me feel a lot better. Because no matter how you slice it, if you don't like Saudi, and you think that DHP was in bed with him, you sound like Tank. Another ducker. If you got a problem with Saudi, how the fuck do you explain the previous 6 years before Turkey Al-Sheikh got into the business of boxing? Explain that shit. You were the A side when you had 3 belts and Devin Haney only had 1. You could have fought him in Honduras, Puerto Rico, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Oakland. You could have took him anywhere. And you know Devin Haney wouldn't have said no. How do I know? He took short money to fight George Kambosos and went over to Australia 2 times. One to win undisputed and then one to defend it. On short money. Does the American audience even acknowledge that? No! To hate what that brother's doing is to hate yourself. And I ain't got to love you. I don't. I don't. I really don't. So this dude, Sean, I'm really not concerned about his opinion because I expect it. And I know that sounds fucked up. Oh, Drew, that's racist. No, it's not. It's not. I expect it. I don't agree with his opinion at all. But I expect it. What I can't stand is a nigga like RACOON doing what he does. Now I'm going to play this for you. This is Sean. And I met Sean. And Blue said, yo, Sean, you're my guy, but you're wrong on this. Blue's a nice guy. I'm just going to say that. I'm not nice at all. I'm not nice. Now, I expect this from Sean. But now, after watching Radio RACOON for over a decade, I expect it from him. But this motherfucker right here, I've been in the same proximity of him. He looked me right in my face, and he like looked around me like he didn't know. He knew, you know exactly who the fuck I am, nigga. And niggas like RACOON is dangerous. What all these niggas, all these YouTube niggas that got a problem with us, we're talking about boxing, that shit dangerous. These off-code niggas. At this point, if you're black and you support Teofimo Lopez or Ryan Garcia or Tyson Fury, you are not my brother. And I hope you ill out in a car fire. Say it loud and proud. What?
So this fight was coming without a lot of momentum. If it was going to happen on August 16th in Saudi, the hopes we had for these young men, these kids at the time who are now young men, is that they could be the 4 kings, that they can take a sport that's struggling in the United States with young, captivating talent that could grab the youth, that can grab the mainstream sports market. Our hopes were pinned on these guys, Gervonta Davis, Shakur, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, that they could elevate the game, particularly in America. And it's fitting that this fight would wind up happening in Saudi for no title at a catch weight, because that's emblematic of them falling short collectively of the very, very, very high standards we've placed on them. And all of them are decorated fighters. All of them could potentially, except for Ryan Garcia, who's got a lot of work to do, but the other four could all be Hall of Famers when it's all said and done. But the truth of the matter is they could all wind up being Hall of Famers and still falling short of the very, very, very high expectations we had. Because when you start flirting with a moniker that was once given to Leonard, Hearns, Duran, and Hagler, the expectations are high. So this fight should have been made, Haney and Lopez, in 2024.
Stop right there. He said the fight should have been made in 2024. Sean, that should have happened the moment that Lopez beat Lomachenko. That fight should have been next. That was like 2020, 2021. And Devin wanted that smoke prior to that. He wanted that smoke back in 2018, 2019, man. Sean, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
But because that Haney is coming off the Pro Grace win, he's the WBC super lightweight champ. Lopez winds up beating Josh Taylor to become the man at 140 pounds, the super lightweight champ. That was the time to do it. They both had a belt. They could have unified. They both still had a business connection to Bob Arum, and I'm not shilling for Top Rank or none of that. But Arum, in a fight with Arum, you're going to eat what you kill. You're going to eat what you kill. And I think both of those guys have pie in the sky expectations of their value when they fight each other. They think they need to make 10 million minimum.
Who the fuck is he talking about? Pie in the sky mentality. What is he talking about? I just said Devin Haney took short money. Devin Haney sacrificed it and signed what was it, a 2-fight deal with Top Rank? Devin Haney been everywhere. He risked he worked with Bob Arum before. He worked with Eddie Hearn before. Devin Haney's literally jumping in front of moving cars and trains and shit just to be the best and put himself in the best possible position where he can win a belt. And he did that, and the result was he got undisputed. And nobody at 135 did anything to do about it. No one did anything about it. Remember when I said there was an awful lot of belts moving around at 135, and the quote-unquote other 3 kings, they did nothing about it. Shakur did nothing about it. Tank did nothing about it. Teofimo Lopez didn't do anything about it. They didn't do anything about it. The only person you can credit is George Kambosos. Because truth be told, George Kambosos, if he said, hey man, the fights in Australia is not happening. Remember what we were saying? Yo, Dev, don't go over there. They're going to rob you. Remember we said that? And Black said, man, by the time I got Bill on the phone, Dev was up in the air already. Without his dad, without his cornerman. Dev went over there, and the camp that did go, they stopped him at customs, y'all. They stopped him at customs. Devin had no fucking corner. Does ESPN even say that? Sean, did you say that? Radio Raccoon, all you niggas on YouTube, do you say shit like that? No, you don't. All you niggas, Fanon, Malachi, all you dumb niggas. Fuck all you niggas. That's on Jesus. I don't give a fuck this morning. I'm tired of you niggas. That kid has done everything. And to have you black niggas treat him like this is a fucking sad state of affairs. Fuck every last one of you. This is war. I'm sick of you niggas. We are not the problem. I'm talking about the sport. I'm talking about the injustice. And y'all talking about us. Tim Bradley ought to be ashamed of himself, but there is no shame. We took away shame. We don't shame fucking fat ass kids. You 300 pounds and you 3 fucking feet tall. That's the parents' fault. That's the parents. You look at the parents and say, what the fuck? Why did your kid look like that? And then you look at the mama, because she ain't married. She fat, she's short, and she got 12 kids, and none of those kids look alike. The only thing they got in common is that they're eating Takis all day. Yo, where's your husband? Fuck you niggas. No, they fucked you. A lot of niggas fucked you. They pumped you, dumped you, and now you gay. And now you mad at black men. This is what happens when you take away shame. This is what happens. You take away shame, and these motherfuckers do whatever they want. Everybody gets a participation trophy. No, kids need to learn early. First place, second place means you're first to lose. Third place means you're second to come in behind the other loser. Don't give away trophies. That means in the offseason you work harder. Cry about it. It's supposed to hurt. But get your ass back on that field, though, because that's life. That trains kids for life. You start giving everybody trophies, they don't work as hard. And when life hits them in the face, they get depressed. Then you want to give them Prozac and Ritalin. It's all a fucking scam. It's all a scam. And they've assimilated all of you niggas. All of you. You motherfuckers is taking deals to sell out your brother. Look what they did to Regan Dow. They're one of the biggest crimes in the history of the sport. No one talks about it but us. And yes, he's black. He's Cuban, but that's our brother. I did a video called The New Black Murderers Row. King Kong Ortiz is on that list. Signed him to shelve him. And y'all let Eddie Hearn featuring AJ duck that man, and Deontay had to come and give an olive branch to his brother, even when he left his high blood pressure medication off of the goddamn list. He gave him an opportunity, not one, but two. Third, I could say 3 opportunities, because he didn't have to fight him after he forgot to leave, when he forgot to put his blood pressure medication on the list when the commission asked for it. D still fought him. You niggas is off cold selling wolf tickets. That's what y'all doing. All y'all worried about is the 22nd of every month, what the YouTubers get paid. Whatever we say, y'all say the opposite. Y'all are concerned about your bottom line. Y'all don't give a fuck about what's going on here. And you are about to let Teofimo Lopez get out of this shit. I'll read the super chats at the end, y'all. I see you, MANY Blk. I'll read it at the end. So when I get on here and say it's deeper than boxing, when I get on here and say, and I talk about a fucking code, I'm not fucking around. I'm not. This shit ain't no game to me, because this is symbolic of life. And once you get a little heat and people start to come around and see it your way, here come the get your hands out my pocket ass niggas. The same niggas that killed Malcolm X. Am I saying I'm Malcolm X? No. But I march to that drum. And when people see that, they get more concerned about who's rallying behind you. And they say, oh man, he can't have that. He can't have that. Look at all the people going to his live stream. Look at all the people on his live stream. Oh my God, what is he making every month? Oh no, I gotta say something against that. That's when the sneak dissing starts. That's when they start doing live streams. Fair using your shit. Now you see, Drew Titan said this, but no, he can't say that. He used to be a cop. Or he drive a bus. Or you niggas. What, you upset? Because you're too afraid to spit how I'm spitting? Wait a minute. You upset that you can't do what I do? You can, you're just a coward. You're just uninformed. You're on medication. You're a jealous, knuckle-dragging ape. And I can't stand you niggas. And I stand on business. And when you see me in real life, stay away from me. You'll live longer. Fuck all y'all niggas. All of you. Every last one of you. Now back to this bullshit.
And I think Aram would have gave them $5 or $6 million apiece, but it would have been the money they were actually worth. And maybe if they sold the pay-per-view and went crazy, it could have went up.
Now, what I don't like what Sean is saying, he's acting like the fight between Teofimo and see, this is what I'm saying. I expect Sean to do this. He's a white man. You know, like how you talk to these women and they try and say, oh, the problem between the black men and black women, it's a shared responsibility. No, the fuck it's not. Short story, but not short story. I'm gonna give you the most brief explanation I can give you. You motherfucking bitches, y'all chose Uncle Sam over having a black man in your house. That's how we got here, okay? I said it. I'm done with it. Y'all know, historically, all right? Sean, Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney not happening. It's not a shared responsibility. It's Teofimo Lopez's fault. He had 3 belts. Devin had 1. It was his fucking responsibility to get this done. He didn't do it. Like it was Anthony Joshua's responsibility to get it done with Deontay. He didn't do it. Like it was Tank Davis' responsibility to fight Devin. He didn't do it. A-side, right? George Kambosos is the only motherfucker that got it done. The only one. So like I said, I expect Sean to spin it. Now people will be hearing him. He's not threatening. He's just saying, you know, they could have did it and da-da-da. No, fuck that. Say what it is, Sean. Say what it is. Lopez had 3 belts. Devin had 1. Lopez was supposed to get it done. It's not a shared responsibility. Don't do that.
So I'll never forget that wrinkle in time because all of a sudden they didn't know each other. All of a sudden.
Bullshit, bro. You see what I'm saying? Bullshit. They say everything but fight. Devin wanted all the smoke. I just played you yesterday. Champside played it yesterday. Devin been on Tio's bumper since 2018.
They're number 1 and 2 at 140 pounds, both undefeated. They can make a fight happen, and they didn't know each other. Devin.
Oh my God, no, Devin knew him. Tio didn't know him. You see, you gotta call this shit, man. You got to call this shit. See, I expect this shit from him. He's a paid employee. He's at the events with the $5,000 cameras. This guy's Sean. He's there. So people will hear that and say, yo, you know, that's true, that's true. No, it's not true. It's not true. That is a fucking lie.
Wanted to chase the clout. He wanted to fight Ryan. Hey, I want to one-up Gervonta Davis when Devin was doing so well for him on the
He wanted to chase the clout. He wanted to fight Ryan. Bullshit. He ended up fighting Ryan because nobody else wanted to fight him. Sean, that's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. Tank ducked. Everybody at 35 ducked, which is why he went to 40. He beat Regis Prograis, took that belt. He wanted all the smoke. Ended up fighting Ryan because nobody else wanted to fight him. Nobody. He wasn't chasing clout. He wasn't trying to one-up Tank. What the fuck are you talking? What is this shit where people saying, why do y'all have it in your mind that Devin is so obsessed with Tank that he's trying to one-up him? Oh, he's trying to dress like him. He's trying to be like him. Get the fuck. Yo, listen. He's trying to be like a slow-speaking, tatted-up freak. That's what he's trying to be like Tank. Why y'all act like these kids in the same age range don't dress? Tank and Devin dress like everybody, all these kids I see in the street. They just dress like that. That's just the genre. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? And why do white people say that shit? There was another cracker running around YouTube saying, "Oh, he's just trying to be like a Tank." What the fuck? What does that mean? The first athlete tatted up to be damned was Dennis Rodman. Is everybody trying to be like Dennis Rodman? A lot of y'all wasn't even born when that man was playing. Dennis Rodman started dyeing his hair blonde. And you know what they called him? The Demolition Man. Because when Wesley Snipes was in that Sylvester Stallone movie Demolition Man, Wesley Snipes dyed his hair blonde for that role. Then Dennis Rodman did it. And they started calling him Demolition Man. See, a lot of y'all are babies. This was the 90s. And then he ran out and got a sleeve tattoo. That was the first time we seen that. Oh, whoa, he's a weirdo. Now, literally 30 years later, all these kids got sleeves. Grown men got sleeves. I got tattoo artists talking about, yo, man, your arms look like a clean sheet of paper. I want to advertise work on your arms and put it on my Instagram. And yo, if you want to give me $5,000 worth of work for free, we can talk. I had cats want to pay me to put work on my arms. We could talk. I haven't done it yet. I always want to do something to salute my family. We could talk. And I have some good artists with some good work. I got all their phone numbers. I get DM'd. We could talk. But Dennis Rodman was the first person to see do it. So he don't get no credit for that? All these little niggas ain't running around trying to be like Dennis Rodman? See, y'all not here for this. Y'all are not here for this. And if you don't call it out, you'll listen to Sean because he's a reputable source. I mean, he's a white man and he's a freelance reporter and he works for this guy and that guy. And what he's saying has to be factual. Fuck out of here. It's not. It's not. That's why we're here, to correct this shit. In what universe is Devin trying to be like Tank? Fuck out of here. He ended up fighting Ryan by default because, truth be told, Ryan didn't deserve anything.
Straight and narrow, trying to collect belts and weight classes and build a legacy and a resume through accomplishment.
You can't collect belts and walk the straight and narrow when motherfuckers don't want to fight you.
But then seeing Gervonta get all that fame and all that money off Ryan Garcia, he went this way.
That is not true. Oh my God. That's not true. All of these kids have history. Whether it's Tank getting beat up in sparring or Ryan and Tio knowing each other in the amateurs, there's history there. But Ryan didn't deserve shit. He never held a belt. The hand was forced because it was the only thing available because nobody else of note wanted to fight this kid. That's the truth.
And his career has went this way along with it since he went for it. So all that said, even at a catchweight, even in Saudi, I'm not there literally, but I'm there figuratively because these two guys are in their 20s. And we got to see Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez mix it up at some point.
Tell fucking Teofimo Lopez to make the fight.
Heading into a potential fight right now, Lopez is the favorite because he's got momentum. Not a ton of momentum, but he's got momentum in Haney.
You have more faith in his abilities than he does. He's ducked Devin Haney since 2018. But go ahead.
He does not. But despite that, I'm not convinced that Lopez beats Haney. Styles makes...
Smartest shit you said this whole interview.
Fights, and Lopez has always struggled against movers, against guys, because Lopez is at his best as a counterpuncher and as a guy that could box and use his athleticism in the center of the ring. But if you're not coming to him and he has to cut distance, Lopez Raheem loves to fight with his left hand low, like a Roy Jones. And even Floyd Mayweather, when he cut distance against McGregor or Zab Judah, he picked the hands up and go in the high guard. Lopez doesn't do that. Haney's bigger than him, so I think the higher the weight they go, the more that favors Haney. Haney's bigger than him, he's longer than him, and trying to cut distance with your lead hand low, Haney could capitalize on all that. Stylistically, I've always thought it's a bad style matchup for Lopez, even though Lopez is the better overall fighter. He's
bullshit.
He's a sharper puncher, a more
bullshit
explosive puncher. I think he's a little twitchier and more athletic and
bullshit
quicker. But he struggles against boxers like Sam.
He struggles against his wife.
Andor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz. What do you think, Raheem, of all?
Here comes the coon. Matter of fact, here comes the coon.
All of that. Oh, and by the way, one more thing. I don't want to hear it about who ducked who and who, because I get it. Lopez turned down $11 million.
He says he don't want to hear it. He don't want to hear about Lopez turning down $11 million. He said he don't want to hear it. But that's the whole point why we're here. This was the icing on the cake. There was no excuse for him to turn it down. This is why the fight's not happening because of Lopez. He just told you he don't want to hear it. This is what I'm saying. He's a white man. I expect him to say shit like that. What's frustrating is when you niggas don't hold yourself accountable. So here comes the coon.
Lopez turned down $7 million before. He could have fought Haney last year.
Thank you, you dumb motherfucker. You just said it. I can close the show right now, mother. Now, what do you mean you don't want to hear it? 11 million today, 7 million years ago. What's the problem? But this is a shared responsibility? How?
Earlier this year, and he turned down millions of dollars. I get it if you want to just, Lopez is a duck. Lopez talked all this racist shit, and now he's turning down a career high payday to fight. I get it.
If you get it, motherfucker, why are you here? But you know, you said all of that. Now I want y'all to understand the play. He said all of that. But he still got to get this coon on there to justify why the fight's not happening. Y'all see the play? The truth is, Radio Raccoon, when Sean contacted him, hey man, come up here and talk about this Lopez and Haney shit. Okay, what do you want to talk about? Yeah, he ducked him, but you know, I still think there's a problem. Well, what's the problem? He ducked. Radio Raccoon is the only nigga that could get up here and do this. I can't think. Well, I can think of a bunch of niggas out. If it's Haney hate, I can think of a few niggas on YouTube that'll jump up in here and talk that bullshit and spin this narrative. But Radio Raccoon is the creme de la creme. And the latest addition to the coon is this showbiz nigga. Doing this shit for free. Well, let me not say that. Some of you niggas coon for free. And if this gets your views up, hey, who knows?
But I can't be moved anymore with these guys about he ducked him. And it's always with these four kings, these 4 or 5 guys, it's always he's ducking him and this.
He said 4 or 5 guys. First he said 4 or 5. What is he talking about? Who? So we're going to go from 135 and now Devin's fighting at welterweight. So who are we talking about? Who are these 5 guys?
This is why, and 75-25 with the Shakur. Look, I'm not moved by any of it. Call me when something's actually ready to go.
Yeah, call every last one of these niggas that told Devin no and ask them why they told him no. And hold them their feet to the flames. Because Devin was with the shits. The fights didn't happen because they said no. Sean?
What'd you think though, Raheem?
4 princes at best.
Look at that, 4 princes at best. So he comes right through the door disrespecting him.
Poppers. The first thing I feel must be addressed, and it hasn't been said in quite some time because it hasn't been demonstrated in some time. Devin Haney's a nice guy. He's a good Muslim boy.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. Look, you're black, but maybe you shouldn't. Let me bring this back for y'all. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? Did you feel comfortable when he just said that? Let me bring it back. You're black, Radio, but maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Listen again.
must be addressed, and it hasn't been said in quite some time because it hasn't been demonstrated in some time. Devin Haney's a nice guy. He's a good Muslim boy.
What?
Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. You know what he just did? Brothers, you ever fucking been to the club and that big bitch walked through that door and she got that dress on that's about 8 sizes too small, but she squeezed into it and she looked like a 30-pound slab of bologna in a 2-pound bag, and she got Franks on her ribs, like a pack of Franks. And the first nigga walk up to her and say, "Damn, Ma, you look good." You know he's being sarcastic. So now Devin's a good Muslim boy. You know what? Sean couldn't say that. Do y'all understand why Radio Raccoon is here now? Sean couldn't say that. And Sean didn't tell him to say that, but this coon said it. He's a good Muslim boy. He couldn't say he's a good Muslim man. He's a devoted Muslim. Here's another question. Why the fuck is his religion coming up at all? Do you understand why this motherfucking op is there? Do you get it now? And no, I'm not looking too deep. You niggas that think I'm wilding this morning, y'all not looking deep enough. When I tell you that these niggas are the ops, do you understand why Sean brought this nigga in here to do this? His first sentence, he does that. You trust me, you don't call someone and say, "Yo, Rob, be on my show." Cool, I'll just send you the link. It don't go like that. When I invite people onto the show, I speak to them behind the scenes prior. When they're on here, matter of fact, the only person I ain't speak to prior before cutting the camera on was probably Brian Norman. But Stormy will tell you, a bunch of the guests, if they come on time, we're talking like 10 minutes before I hit the live button. Or I spoke to them on the phone the day before, and we set it up, and then they come in. But there's a conversation. If you think for 2 seconds that these motherfuckers didn't have a conversation prior about this, you're mistaken. Raheem was brought in here specifically. Do you honor his boxing opinion? I always knew this dude was a coon. I always knew it. But y'all should have saw it when he said that shit to Deontay. When he said, "What do you mean your people have been oppressed for 400 years?" He said, "What do you mean your people too? What are you talking about?" To this day. Y'all remember that? That was this nigga. I better fucking wake up. So Sean called this coon in to speak on our behalf? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck you mean? When he said that shit to Deontay, his whole team looked at him crazy like, "Nigga, what?" But he's hired to do a job. Showbiz has been hired to do a job. He sat right in front of Tiafimo and said, "Yeah, Press One stole it. I always said you was really undisputed. Press One stole it." That's why they don't like us. So Radio Raccoon, his first words is Devin is a good Muslim boy. And he's smiling when he says it. Let's see what else he has to say.
And he is trying to be first Floyd Mayweather.
Oh my fucking God, bro. You know, the devil's greatest trick is making you believe that he doesn't exist. Right? Salute to the general. Let me just read these super chats. Yeah, General, it's over for these niggas. It's over for these niggas. I'm done, bro. I'm dropping names. Yo, fuck all these niggas. Because every time I turn around, they got our dick in their mouth. No. We've turned the other cheek too long. If you tap dancing and buck dancing, you got the nerve to say our fucking name, I'm firing right back at you. I'm done. I'm done. And shit rolls downhill. And this motherfucking coon, over for 15 years, been on YouTube on some bullshit. Kevin's a good Muslim boy. He didn't say a grown Muslim a devoted Muslim man who stands for righteousness. He didn't say that. He said a good Muslim boy, and then said he's trying to be Floyd Mayweather. He's trying to tell you that there's a contradiction in his behavior. There is none. At no point did Devin say, I want to be like Floyd. He can't. You know why? His upbringing has been better. Bill done made all the mistakes. He's corrected them. Floyd Sr. made a lot of mistakes. And he's corrected them. But it was too late because Junior don't respect his dad. The way the Mayweathers argue in the public eye on HBO and had everyone calling Floyd Mayweather Jr. a disgrace for disrespecting his father, you will never see the Haneys argue like that. They'll smile in each other's face, and when those cameras off, when they get to their room, then they'll go at each other. If that ever happens. But Devin is too solid of a man to even do some shit like that. And if it's done, we don't know about it. And that's how it's supposed to be. I've gotten into fist fights with my brother. And we've gone outside, and you wouldn't even know what, well, you know what happened to me, because he'll beat the shit out of me. To this day. We like the Steiners. Scotty might have looked better, but Rick had retard strength. He was stronger than him. But my brother would never let somebody go outside and jump on me. We could just have a fight upstairs, a fist fight. And I go outside and get to it with somebody? No. That dude's getting jumped. You new niggas don't know nothing about that. So you damn right, General. Ain't no mercy for these jigs. I'm done with it. Readers watching that super chat. He said no quarter for the fools. At all. Boomstick on your back mentality. Done. Main biker in that super chat. He said some of my favorite interviews is when Floyd spazzed on Larry the Vampire Merchant and when Wilder spazzed on Radio Raccoon to this day. And all Ali speeches. Exactly. I ain't playing games with none of these niggas. Done, bro. Done. Todd French in that super chat. Salute. He says, none of this surprises me about these dudes. This is why I am rocking with y'all. The level of coonery is at an all-time high. Keep smashing the gas. I'm on the job, brother. And this is very clear. If you don't fuck with us, cool. Just stay away. Stay out the fucking way. Stay out the way. That's it. Stay out the way. But back to this super cool. Devin's a good boy, a good Muslim boy, and he's trying to be like Floyd. The two don't mix. You don't follow the path that's been traveled. That's been done. You walk in the other direction and set a trail. Case in point, he can't be like Floyd. Floyd was never undisputed. Whoa! No! I thought you knew that, coon.
Which is what you were describing earlier in his career, where he's chasing big fights and everyone sees that Gervonta was guided a different way. There's a few tracks you can go in boxing, a few different ways you can go. The Mayweather formula does work.
No, it doesn't. Not anymore. The regime done changed. The regime has changed. That shit is over. The PBC has changed. It was brilliant for its time, but the PBC held it down with Floyd Mayweather for like a good, decade and some change? Y'all pay you $5 million up front, but I'm gonna show you how to get money on the back end. What's back end money? You know, pay-per-view. You have to change the way you sign these contracts. You have to make sure you're maximizing your dollar. And that's what Al Heyman did. He taught these fighters, hey man, y'all getting this money straight up and y'all just settling for that. But do you know you can make an agreement? Every popcorn sale, every soda sale, every hot dog, now they're selling alcoholic beverages. You know you can get a nickel off of every soda sold and a dime off of every seat sold. That's your money. They're coming to see you. Renegotiate how you do this contract. So I can get you $5 million straight up, but that back end money, when they're done counting every nickel and dime, it can equal up to $30 million. Isn't that what he did with Tank? Tank's upfront money was $5 million for the Ryan fight, and when they counted every nickel and dime, wasn't it like 40, something like that, 35? That's great business. The same thing with Ryan. Ryan came in there with, I think he, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a numbers guy. Wasn't it, if Tank made 5 versus Ryan, wasn't Ryan's guarantee like 2.5 or something like that? I could be wrong. But Ryan ended up making 30 mil on the back end when everything was counted, right? That's how it went, right? That was Al Heyman's business model. Nothing wrong with that. But what no one foreseen was this motherfucking turkey out of sheet coming in with real money and says, yo, what? How much do you want? What was your highest payday? 5? Tank, I got 50 for you and Dev. 25 apiece. Come to Saudi, punch this kid in the face. This dumb motherfucker asked for 2 Ferraris. Are we supposed to respect that? But Devin's trying to beat him. Devin's trying to beat him? No, Devin's his own boss, literally his own boss. He cut short-term deals with fucking Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn. Yeah, guarantee was 1.9. Tank was 5.5. 5.5. I heard when everything settled, Ryan made 30 million. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. But no one factored in Turkey out of sheet coming in with real money and throwing that shit around. And by the way, salute and happy born day to the general. Salute, brother. And salute to the mighty LDBC. Thank you, Tay-Tay, and that cash app. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Hey, now back to this cool.
But it only works if you are meticulous about how you put that formula together. You have.
This is what I'm saying. Devin's not doing the Floyd Mayweather formula. That shit is over with. Why are you not giving him credit to getting where he is and accomplishing what Floyd Mayweather didn't do his own way? And that's why Turkey Al-Sheikh respects DHP. And he holds him to a high standard. It has nothing to do with him being a Muslim. It has everything to do with his work ethic. And he has opponents, he has contemporaries, and Devin Haney wants to fight his contemporaries. His contemporaries don't want to fight him, and that's why we're here. But you let Sean say it, he says, I don't care about the 7 million that Teofimo ducked. I don't care about the 11 million he ducked. I'm talking about why the fight ain't happening. Dumbass, this is why the fight's not happening. Now money's not the issue. Al Heyman's not the issue. Now y'all stuck saying, oh, now it's a Muslim issue. According to Teofimo Lopez, according to some of these YouTubers, oh, he wants all the boxing to be in Saudi. Well, if boxing was doing what they were supposed to do over the last 8 to 10 years, there will be nothing for fucking Turkey Al-Sheikh to do. Saudi getting into this sport of boxing has everything to do with boxing dropping the fucking ball. Because the truth of the matter is, Devin and Pio should have fought in 2018. Wilder and AJ should have fought back in 2015, 16. We didn't get it. And it's excuse after excuse after excuse. We want the fights, and the fans are protecting their favorite fighter for whatever reason.
What are you, a homo?
They probably are. And now here they come with it's the shared responsibility. And Devin wants to go to Floyd Mayweather out. Man, fuck Floyd Mayweather. His route is what it is. No one can do it again. And if you become close to doing it, he's gonna fuck you up. Case in point. Did he not tell Ryan to come in 3 pounds overweight? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He told Cam and Mace when they asked him specifically, he said, I gotta watch what I say because I can fuck around and get a lawsuit. You know what he didn't say? He didn't say no. He tried to stop Ryan the first time by saying, hey man, go fight Rolly first. Because Rolly fucked with Floyd. You remember when Ryan was walking around with Floyd Mayweather's chain? Yo man, yo Ryan, yo Devin, you don't sell enough. You don't sell enough. I'm not fighting you. Then he spun the block and said, no, I'm gonna go ahead and fight him. Then he told him to come in overweight. And then after he cheated Devin, then here come Floyd. He want to hop in Bill Haney's live under an alias.
You fool ass earth man.
Motherfuck Floyd. Speaking of not my brother, motherfuck Floyd Mayweather Jr. Motherfuck you, nigga.
Have to be incredibly disciplined about how you pick the fights, and then bet on yourself that you can bring pay-per-view buys and asses to the seats for fights that might not necessarily warrant it on your name alone.
Did you hear what he just said? Let me read it. Let me spin it back for you. Listen to what he says. Listen to what he says. It's very important.
Bet on yourself that you can bring pay-per-view buys and asses to the seats for fights that might not necessarily warrant it on your name alone.
Okay. He just insulted Floyd and didn't even know it. What he just said was name value is what Floyd bought. He had blockbuster pay-per-views, but not necessarily warranted. That's what he said. Meaning, Floyd may not have been fighting the best competition at that time, but people still paid money to see it. And that's why Devin could never be Floyd, because all Devin has tried to do was fight his contemporaries, which was what? The best competition. You stupid ass. You stupid ass.
And you can make opponents nothing more than opponents, and you're the star of the show. That's a big gamble in boxing, and Floyd helped Gervonta create that exact formula for himself. And so it worked.
Right. What he just said right there was that Gervonta is putting asses in the seats, but he's not fighting the best competition.
Whoa! What the
Exactly. Devin is not trying to follow that formula. He's trying to fight Gervonta. Especially when it made sense. Remember when I said there was a whole lot of belts moving around at 135. George Kambosos came through, became unified. Teofimo beat Lomachenko. Devin came through and swept the board and became undisputed. While Teofimo was in bed with Bob Arum and WBC, Mauricio Sillyman. And against the grain, he became undisputed. Where was Tank the whole time? Hector Garcia. Ryan Garcia, who wasn't trying to do shit as far as becoming champion. So Radio Raccoon just admitted, y'all been fooled, y'all been duped. Jason Bourne in that super chat, he says, I hate how these self-hating spineless house niggas act like they don't see Haney's accomplishments. Check the Cash App and F YouTube. I appreciate you. They ain't letting that's why Tay sent cash app, because they ain't letting her super chat. And salute to you, Jason Bourne, and that super chat. Much love and appreciation. Thank you. You see, when I'm holding these niggas' feet to the flames, you see, Radio Raccoon drives a lot of revenue to Google. Radio Raccoon. You know what needs to happen to Radio Raccoon? Go look at Do the Right Thing and see what happened to Radio Raheem and Do the Right Thing. It was very sad, not cry, but you know what? I ain't gonna say it. Just put two and two together. Labnificent, salute, brother. Put two and two together. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Some of these niggas got to go.
Worked because Javante, when it came time to deliver the action fight, he done it. When it came time to be this character that was loved in the hood and had a crossover appeal without seeming to be putting on a character or trying to be somebody he wasn't, it is who he is.
Do you hear this shit? So now, everything that I stand against, he just celebrated. He confirmed. Do you see why Sean brought Radio Raccoon? Because he's a blackface. Now, if Sean said exactly what Radio Raccoon just said, he would be in his chat with the right frame of mind calling him a fucking racist. He can't say what Radio Raccoon just said. You see my point? Now, Sean will tell you, I didn't make Radio Raccoon said that. Motherfucker, you invited him there because you knew he'd say some stupid shit like this. Did you hear what he just said? Thank you, bud. Thank you. Thank you. Glorified degeneracy. This is for the hood. I put it on my hood. Motherfuck your hood. Go back to your hood with the latest vehicle dipped in $8,000 worth of gear and park your car outside. See what happens. Your hood don't love you. Your hood don't love you. Now he's just explaining to you why people identify with Tank. Oh, he from the trenches. What did I tell you about that kind of talk? You identify with these knuckleheaded niggas that don't speak proper English. Blessed enough to have some athletic talent. And they're taking their gifts and being complete assholes about it. And you identify with that? I got grown men identifying with this bullshit. And then turn around. When the fuck? Listen, my parents are my heroes. And they're the ones that taught me about Malcolm X because the educational system didn't teach me. I had to learn about King Leopold II in my household. Because the educational system only taught us about Hitler. Yeah, Adolf Hitler, yeah, King Leopold be like, yo, hold my beer. Because there was an African Holocaust way before that. Look it up. I had a troll that came in here with the name King Leopold II was a visionary. I got the screenshot. And I know a lot of y'all was in the chat like, who's that? Yeah. Know your history. Because you know why? They know your history more than you do. That's why I despise you coons. You want to act like you don't know what the LDBC is about. You want to act like you don't know what we're talking about when we're calling out bullshit like this. Growing up broken in the hood and just being blessed to dunk a basketball, that is not our story. That's not my story. I come from a two-parent household. Feel bad for you if you didn't. And what did you do with the cards that you was dealt? And then you're going to turn around and identify with Tank. Why don't you say Tank? Be better. Yeah, your parents had a drug problem. But the real street niggas kept you out the street. That's a good thing. So why do you wait till you touch $1 million to start beating on bitches and catching cases? Why didn't your OGs teach you how to select a woman better? Niggas like you, niggas like Zion Williams. Nigga, 9 feet tall, athletic ability. You ain't never had a bad bitch in your life. Now you got all this money. You fucking all these bad bitches. You getting sued all over the fucking place. You making babies, nigga. You ain't go talk to Sean Kemp, man. The fuck fuck is, man? This for the hood though, right? Eric Jordan in that super chat, he says, Coon is gonna be asking what going on. Miguel clapped his cheek. Oh, of course, you know, this dude is gay, by the way.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
I see it in him. We ain't gonna harp on that. Exactly, Stormy. There was another Holocaust right here in the United States. But you know what Texas tried to do? You can look it up. The history books down in Texas, they said Africans migrated to the America for a better way of life. And parents read that shit. They say migrated. What are they talking about? 1990? 1989? What Africans they talking about? No, they were talking about slavery. And when the parents said, yo, what the fuck is this? They said, oh, no, we don't want to talk about slavery no more. What? You don't want to talk about American history? The Trail of Tears, which is to the red people, the natives that were here first? You don't want to talk about that no more? What? All of this is connected. So when I look at this little thing called boxing, and I see Radio Raccoon and all these other coons doing this shit, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And this white man got the biggest coon in boxing on social media to come talk this shit. Because if Sean said it, because if you call him Sean, we're like, Sean, what the fuck was that? He gonna say, I didn't say it. Yeah, you had him here because you knew he would say it. You, Sean, you just sit there. You sat here and you said, don't talk to me about the 7 mil Teofimo duck. Don't talk to me about the 11 mil he just ducked. Wait a minute, that's all we're talking about. And then you want to say that it's a shared responsibility, and then you bring this coon on here and talk about what Devin's trying to do. He's trying to be like Floyd. What the fuck else do you want Devin to do? Because nobody else want to dance with him. And then you got niggas coming up here and talking about, oh, well, Devin's in the rock and the hard place. No, he's not. He's 20 mil up. And no one's asking what T.O.'s going to do. Hold on. This is Trill Bill right here. Hold on. Trill Bill. We on fire.
What's the real problem? You know, I'll tell you one thing though, Radio Raccoon, I mean, because that's what you are today. When the first thing that you do is you come in and address the king by calling him a queen. So, I mean, I was always questioned and, damn, I said, damn, you know what? This motherfucker got the voice. I mean, he looked like us. I mean, you know, when he sees us, he's always cordial. He says all the right things, you know. I mean, and alhamdulillah, I mean, you know, may all of us, if you're not Muslim, accept Allah, and Allah is only being one God.
That's right.
And your relationship to one God and God only. Whatever, you know, he has 99 different names, and whatever you choose to call within those 99, I choose Allah. So with your relationship directly to Allah, you know what I'm saying? So when the guy calls in and calls, for one, he calls them some queens, and then secondly, calling him a boy. So, you know, and using Islam in terms of that, you don't first say Muslim and you're a Muslim, and, you know, Islam meaning peace. You insult another Muslim, which he claims that he's a Muslim, and he says the Muslim boy when he's a man.
That's right.
And you know what I mean? And he's a man, fully grown and on his own, and definitely operating at a higher level, mentally, physically, and the tax bracket, meaning financially, than you, Radio Raccoon. You're the boy, and you know what it was today? I mean, it's so vicious. They had a call in, and they said, "Okay, we're gonna call in Raccoon because it's time for you to crash out, nigga."
That's right.
Huh? Yeah, I say, no, I know you've been talking and you've been all the shit, but right now you didn't got to call. It's time to crash out.
Goddamn right.
And that's just what he did. I mean, he started off right there. He knew that it was a crash out mission, no different than any other time that you have a scheduled interview about what you're going to talk about. See, this ain't scheduled. right now this ain't scheduled. I haven't talked to Drew and told him that I was gonna come on here.
That's
I
right.
was watching, and I'm a fan. I'm a fight fan, so I'm always supporting. I'm always watching, and you never know. Like I say, when I might click in.
That's right.
And say hello. Under whatever terms. But today we got a barbecue roasting coon. We having coon today. Barbecue
right.
coon.
Barbecue.
Barbecue. You dig? And keep cooking, brother, because you're cooking so well. And I just wanted to come on and let you know, and let them know that I support the message wholeheartedly. And it's about this time. It's about this time that they get called on. You know what I'm saying? No longer can they just hang in the shadows and play back and forth. No different than I think we called him Timothy Bozo Bradley.
Oh yeah, he's tomorrow. I'm roasting
right.
brown eggs tomorrow. I'm boiling brown eggs tomorrow. I'm scramble this nigga.
Yeah. So it's when at times when they're operating within the system, right? When I call them company men, right? They get a call. They somehow get that call and say, because I'm not the company man, but I can see the frustration, because when we have that particular company, or that in this case the boxing industry being revolutionized,
yes,
and people questioning for so long, you hear everybody. They're all complaining. You hear Bob M. You hear complaining, but they never have answers. They never have answers into the way that we can move boxing along, how we can, unite boxing. We can do all those things. And I always believe it starts with the family.
That's right.
It starts right there with the fighter. And everything is built around the fighter, in this case, in boxing. So when it's shook up, when everything gets shook up, the raccoons, they get the call. They get the call, and then they just come out scattering. You see, like they just come out scattering. They go everywhere. They go everything with these talking points that don't even fit them and they real life.
That's right.
It don't even fit
right.
them.
It don't. These cats,
you see what I mean?
these cats are disgusting. I'm tired of it, Bill, and it's time we call it how it is, man. We've been cordial. I've taken the high road. I've ignored this shit, and I'm just tired, man. How the hell do we go from just wanting the best to fight the best? And Teofimo's last hat trick is to play on I don't like the Islam connection with the Hanis and Saudi and Turkey. Motherfucker, $11 million. I'm fighting my brother because I'm giving him half of it. Well, there's no excuse for this other than you being coward. And this dude, Sean. All right, Sean, dude. I met this dude, Sean. This fight, Bill, Teofimo could have gotten this smoke with y'all as far back as 2017, 2018. Am I correct?
Man, listen, let me tell you what the fake journalists that's reporting that do not want to, when they call themselves reporting what's happening in the fights we want to see and what is it going to take for those fights to happen, right? And when those fights don't happen, the fake journalists listen to their talking points. Oh, I don't care anything about it. I don't care. It's past me. It's went past because it didn't swing the way in which they would have liked. Because if it had went the other way, they were fact-checking, reporting. As you can see, right, when there's no pay-per-view, Devin, when there's nothing about pay-per-view, they don't ask the question.
That's right.
Right? They never talked about the pay-per-views for the fight, and nor did the fans look for the pay-per-views because they felt like, well, it was Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. But when you talk about all the other pay-per-view talk, right, it only comes down to when it's Devin Haney.
Yep.
I mean, so I expect Sean to do what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He's been revealed himself in terms of the position and the stance that he's taken, right? And it's the same talking points. He's not taking a stand and really letting people know the behind the scenes of what's going on.
Well, that's his job. That's his job.
Well,
I know that. That's his job.
He doesn't do it, but a lot doesn't make any mistakes. And Tiafimo came out and told it himself what had happened. And everybody, and Bob says he should just shut up and let them drive the narrative like they're doing. But we also know that has revealed itself as well, where they're just letting Bob M. No one believes Bob M. anymore.
That's right.
So yeah, man, it's it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But I want to keep faith, and I want to keep optimism that we're walking in our journey, we're walking in our purpose, and a lot of us are making mistakes. And of course, for us to be who we are and to choose, for a lot of choose us, and we have our piece, and for whatever that they're doing, right, bro? That just means that God hasn't chosen them. You know what I mean? Because the ones that are chosen walk at a different beat. You know what I mean? With a whole different faith.
That's
right.
What
I'm saying? So I appreciate it always, man.
No doubt. So, real quick, my brother. I'm frying Tim Bradley tomorrow, and everything I do is within bounds, man. He warranted this. You know what I'm saying? Real quick.
Don't slow down. Don't slow down. Do not slow down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do not slow down. The time is now where the truth has to come out. They can't, you know what I mean? They can't continue to represent what they call the face of boxing from a cultural standpoint, representing us, and then keep running with the fake plays.
Well, this jealous motherfucker said he would literally come out of retirement to fight Devin.
Yeah, we got some money for him.
Dead ass? Yeah.
Dead ass. He can bring his old ass out, and then we'll beat the shit out of him viciously.
There it is.
He can get it. Yeah, he can get it right now. Right now. You heard it live on Drew Titan. Hey, matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? It happened on Drew Titan. Set it up, Drew. Make it happen.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Tim, get your ass back in the gym. He done told Champside. He told Champside he ain't been working out. But now that he said that, I hope he's getting back in shape. Because it sounds like he want that turkey out of sheet check since, ESPN is getting out of boxing. So if your ribs are touching, you need some bread. Come on down the side and get your ass whipped, Tim.
Yeah,
set it up.
I mean, money, listen, money has been each and every champion, everyone that has been in the ring with Devin have been compensated in a way that they can brag on it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, it's like, we pride on that. You know what I mean? Is that we wouldn't be who we are and get paid what we get paid and not compensate other fighters that's in the sport as well. So Tim Bradley will definitely be compensated. I mean, he's gonna get his money, and he can get a little bit for just being an old person, right? He'll get he'll get a little extra.
Hell yeah, true. Yes, sir.
All right, King. Bless you, man. And man, salute to the chat, man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And I know y'all mad about it. I'll holler at you later, King.
Yes, sir, brother. Peace.
All right.
Y'all heard it here live. Tim, you said it. Ain't nobody scared of Devin. You said it, bro. You said you come out of retirement. You heard it here live on the show. Run it. That's all you gotta do. Run it. Stop talking about it. Be about it. They say everything but fight. Bill pulled up. You serious? I heard you was jogging while you did that stream you did. Okay. So get in the ring and show everyone how it's done. Desert Storm. Now listen, y'all. When Devin whoops his ass, I don't want to hear nothing. Oh, he was old, he was retired. Yeah, but he wanted to smoke. Oh, yeah, Steve. Hell yeah. Hold on a second. Oh, Shelton, I'll look at that later. I'm busy right now. I don't even want to see that dude's face, bro. Because I gotta call Blue because I don't know what happened yesterday. He was supposed to pull up on Blue. I don't know if Blue was still busy. I don't know what happened. I was looking for the live. I don't know, but it's very difficult. I asked yesterday. Very difficult to defend anything that Teofimo's doing. And now the latest thing is Teofimo saying that he doesn't trust the situation because the Haneys are in bed with when I say in bed, I mean like, you know, I'm talking about in business. That's just an old 80s slang. The Haneys are in deep business with Saudi. That's why Tank ain't go there. And that's why Teofimo ain't going there. 11 mil, you ain't going there. You ain't gonna sell yourself for 11 million. When your biggest payday was like 900,000 or something like that, and you were just complaining about money, go over there and knock him out. Tank, 50 million. Go to Saudi, knock out Devin like all your fans said you could. And you asked for 2 Ferraris. Yeah, you're retarded. Your math ain't mathing. But back to this coon right here.
It worked because people related to it because it was authentic. And you're right when you say that Devin saw that and chased that. But even before that, he was.
Where the fuck do these people get? You know what it is? Devin is doing so well. The only thing that they see is a black man shining. That's the comparison. And what they don't understand is, you see, this is what I'm saying. We're all alike to them. You can see a black man in a car, a 2025, I don't know, Acura. Right? You can say, oh man, that's my brother Brian H. He's a lawyer by trade. And salute to Brian H. Be in the chat. He's a lawyer by trade. He could drive a 2025 Acura. He's shining. But that's from his hard 6 figures, his hard work. Defense attorney, whatever he does. Right? But if he rides through the right part of town, with the right set of, the quote-unquote right set of police, and they see that black man in that Acura, what do they see? They ain't gonna think he's a lawyer. They be like, well, what does he do for a living? He gotta either be an athlete. I've seen guys go way off the hinges. He must have inherited that. Or what? He's a drug dealer. It's never because he has hard work. I just saw this clip on Instagram. This dark-skinned brother with the beard, and he's dipped in this dope-ass suit, and he's walking into a building. He said, man, I just walked in here. They asked me if I was the defendant. They almost made me going through where everyone else goes through, the metal detectors. He said, man, I'm the lawyer. I'm the defense attorney. He said, we need more lawyers out here. We need more black lawyers, man. They're about to send them through the other entrance. Oh, yo, you the defendant? You're the defendant? Oh, come this way. He's like, no, I'm the fucking defense attorney. The fuck? Dark-skinned brother. And I'm like, they can't, that suit that he had on, that shit looked like it was like $3,000. Thank you, seen and unseen. Who's that nigga on that nag? So no matter if it's Devin shining and getting it done in the ring, he will always be compared to Floyd. When in reality, Devin has better accolades than Floyd. Floyd will tell you, oh, belts don't matter, they collect dust. But when you're talking about his career, what does he tell you? I beat more world champions than any fighter. Does he not?
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
So which one is it? You beat more world champions, but those belts that were collecting dust, you just discredited yourself. You fucking idiot. Well, the nigga can't read. When I was defending Floyd once upon a time, and they say, well, the nigga can't read. I said, well, it don't matter because he can count money. Uh-oh. And that's me defending him. Those days. All lives matter. Remember that nigga? I heard you. I don't forget. I'm done with you, bro. I'm done with you, man. I'm done. I've done enough. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm good on you, motherfucker. I'm good on all of you. Bernard Hopkins. Oh man, I got a nice little video for him. I'll never let a white boy beat me, Bro Calzaghe. I'll never let a white boy beat me, KK Kovalev. I'll never let a white boy beat me, Joe Smith. Last fight of your career, nigga, you went skydiving. That's my last picture of Bernard Hopkins in the boxing ring. After the Haney's was cheated, April of 2024, in the last effort of good sportsmanship, Henry Garcia went to shake the hand of Bill Haney, and Bernard Hopkins jumped in the middle of that and separated them. I have the video. I just never uploaded it because I was so enraged. Because in the last-ditch effort, Henry Garcia was displaying good sportsmanship. This before we knew that these motherfuckers cheated. He went to shake Bill's hand, and Bernard got into the middle of it and said what? Allahu Akbar! With the nigger face. Allahu Akbar! Remember that? This is a Muslim brother? Motherfuck you, B-Hop. All you got to do is look at it. I'll never let a white boy beat me. I just gave you 3. And the last motherfucker, shout out to Joe Smith from Long Island, he sent him skydiving. So, like I said, family, you don't have to lift a finger. Oscar De La Hoya, Clapback Tuesdays, where's that at? He shouldn't have anything to say. Nigga, you got caught in fishnets. I got more smoke for him, too. You pull up. No, listen. Y'all guys would put, if you had a fighter, let alone your son, you would put him in his career in the care of Oscar De La Hoya, who's known for pulling excessively large pieces of furniture out of his ass? That's the guy? Fishnets? And you got the nerve to make a Diddy reference? You slaves are out your cotton picking mind. But back to this knuckle dragging nigga.
Chasing the Mayweather thing, which wasn't a bad idea because he was chasing it the way Mayweather created it.
Now Devin was chasing the Mayweather. Oh my.
Initially, which was hard work, dedication, tireless effort, and
hard work, dedication. You see all these references because Devin did go to the Mayweather camp. And you know who put that crown on him? Floyd Sr.
What?
Who's the closest thing to your son? That boy right there, Devin. Oh, they had a sparring session, him and Tank. Who won that? Floyd Sr. said, who? Devin. But you motherfuckers ran around here talking about, oh, well, Tank beat him up in sparring. I said, wait a minute, I know about that. They had a fight, and there was money on the line. I don't remember if it was $5,000 or whatever, but I heard that Devin won the. I heard that Bill won the bet. He got the money. He got paid. So what the fuck are y'all talking about? And it's way before I even started talking to them. I said, didn't that kid? Didn't that dude Bill? Didn't he collect money? So if he collected money, he won. What are y'all talking about?
doing what needed to be done to win the fight, whether it was a knockout or by points. You had to dominate, and you got your advantage.
First of all, do you hear this nigga voice? I don't trust no nigga that sound like this over the phone. You hear his voice? You hear this shit? Y'all remember when Trill Bill pulled up on BFTV and he was on the panel and Black Lives was there? And as soon as Black Lives started talking, what did Bill say? Yeah, you with the voice. What I tell you about these niggas that sound like this? The nigga's emoji, this nigga's avatar is a black person in anime drawing. You don't trust a nigga that walks around with a Monkey D. Luffy shirt. Unless he's going to an anime fucking nigga wearing a one-piece t-shirt on a goddamn date with his boyfriend.
What are you, a homo?
nigga on YouTube sounding like Yogi fucking Bear. He gets timed out every goddamn show. And like the idiot he is, he gets disrespected and shows up every goddamn day. Like a lot of them niggas do. BFTB has these niggas trained. These niggas are weak mentally. They're messed up. And if you allow a man to disrespect you, and justifiably so, because they fucked up. But if you allow a man to disrespect you and you keep coming back, if you do have a girl or a boyfriend or a significant other, I'm not judging you. I think you like that pinky in your butt. Freddie got fingered looking ass. So from day one, when I heard this dude's voice, I'm like, oh, he's one of those. That's what I said. He didn't disappoint. All you motherfuckers, whenever y'all start talking. Buck dancing super coons.
In the gym, and it showed itself in the fight.
Sean, you Ashton Kutcher looking ass.
That's young Devin Haney. Devin Haney, again, is a nice guy. He's a young, good boy. And I don't mean...
Oh, God, he said it again!
In that, in the, you know, way you can take boy. I mean...
Yes, you...
Boy, in that he's a young man, and when I'm saying he was a younger man, it's the time I'm referencing.
Yeah.
What he got distracted by was the shiny object of other people's images and persona, and what that seemed to reward.
Oh my God! Now he's easily distracted. First, you said hard work and dedication, which is. Oh, let me ask y'all a question. He was in the Mayweather gym. I've never seen Floyd Mayweather out of shape. I never seen him not sharp in the ring. He was always in shape. When you're in that gym, and to get the attention of Floyd Sr., he's seen his son's work ethic in Devin. But that don't mean he was trying to be like him. He's a student of the game, and he just put in hard work and dedication. How the fuck does that translate to him being distracted by the shiny objects? When has Devin Haney showed up anywhere out of shape and overweight? You know who came in overweight? Tank. You know who's coming overweight? Shakur. Devin Haney has got on the scales looking like Skeletor in the face, and it made me worried. But he's been fine. And what do they tell? They call him a weight bully. Anything to discredit this kid. Anything. This motherfucker.
Him, and he created a character around trying to emulate something that he wasn't. And I...
Do you hear this? He created a character trying to emulate something that he wasn't. When the fuck? Okay. You know what? I'm not going to entertain that. I'm not. I can't. This is bizarre. This is bizarre.
I like what he is better than what he created. And it didn't play because it wasn't.
Why are they acting like Devin's not comfortable in his skin? What the fuck is wrong with them? What are they talking about? He's trying to be a thug? No! What? Oh my God. And Sean is just sitting there shaking his head in the yes position. Fuck out of here. You see, I couldn't have this conversation because I was straightening all this shit out. I tell Sean straight up and down, cut the bullshit, man. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. In order for Devin to beat Tank, the first thing he has to do is get rid of Bill. Good luck. That'd be the worst thing for him. But we all know how they feel about black fathers. Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
it authentic, and it's also not better. It's just different. But he saw what was being rewarded those guys and thought he could get a piece of that.
He saw what was being rewarded. Excuse me, what was being rewarded? Devin Haney makes more money than Tank. Don't believe me? Ask BFTB. Ask BFTB. He's literally his own boss. Tank has a boss. What the fuck? As a matter of fact, if I'm in the same position that Devin is in, I wouldn't want to be like Tank anyway. Why? For what? I set my own trail. I don't follow a path that's already traveled. I create my own path and set a trail. Because the truth is, everybody coming up is trying to be like Devin. You know why? It makes more financial sense. Now, who's in a better position right now? Financially. Turkey Out of Chic is literally, y'all remember Crazy Eddie? Y'all remember Crazy Eddie in the 80s? Who's from New York out here? We're giving it all away. He was an electronics store. It's insane. We're giving it all away. Crazy Eddie, you can Google it. That's Turkey Out of Chic. He's giving bread away. All he wants you to do is fight your contemporaries. That's it. What the fuck are we talking about here? Watch this. Teofimo ain't even worth the $11 million he was offered. But you dumb motherfucker, you was just asked what was your biggest, you was just crying about money. Motherfucker, I can't unsee George Kambosos whooping your ass in New York and cutting your face up. And nobody said, yo, you got Kambosos problems. Nobody says that. Devin went to Australia and whooped his ass twice, y'all. And y'all don't say anything. So let me get this straight. Devin got to go to Australia 2 times, concede to fat-ass Ryan coming in overweight and on drugs. He gets caught on drugs, and he's a racist, and somehow he's the victim, and Devin Haney's an excuse maker. All of this shit. All of this shit. But Devin's the problem? He's trying to fight all his contemporaries, and he's the problem? Floyd at one point was fighting basically once a year. Devin's chasing these guys around the world. Devin literally, he had to go to Australia 2 fucking times. But Tank and Tio, they're such suckers, they don't even want to go to Saudi for the biggest bag of their life. And don't get me started on Shakur. And to kill this whole narrative, Tio could have fought Devin way before Turkey Out of Chic was anywhere near boxing. They were 1 fight away from really being undisputed. Tio didn't do it. This is the biggest duck in boxing history. Teofimo Lopez would rather not secure his financial future with his kids, his new girl, his baby mama, all of that shit. Because he's so scared of Devin Haney for 2 reasons. He don't want to get his ass whooped, and he can't fathom losing to a black man. And this nigga Radio Raccoon is finding everything wrong with Devin when Tio is the one that said no. I've never seen anything like this. This is worse than AJ and Deontay. This is worse. Because of the situation. What pissed me off about Deontay and AJ It's because AJ was the A side and Deontay was conceded. He wanted to go over there. And he said, I'll come to the UK. What's the problem? Asking for 50 mil and then saying I'm not going to sell my soul. This is actually the AJ shit all over again. But it's worse. You know why? Because at least Anthony Joshua was touching some millions at that time. Tio has not. That's what I'm saying. This is worse. Tio was not seeing AJ money. AJ was a superstar in the UK. Not necessarily here, but he could have marketed him. I remember Reggie Miller called him Anthony Johnson. Remember that? He was at the Warriors game. Yeah, I'm here with Anthony Johnson, boxer. I said, oh, shit. And I'm looking around in my living room like, oh, niggas heard that? Oh, wow, oh, okay. Anthony Johnson it is. And he didn't even correct him. How's that for your worldwide superstar? Just let these niggas talk. Time reveals all truth and the lies nothing but along with the truth. Now we can officially say, this nigga scared. Nigga. Tio's the biggest nigga in the world right now. Look at what a nigga means. Lazy. Makes excuses. Look it up.
By creating a character. When the Floyd Mayweather thing started to fizzle because Devonta with the gold teeth and the big chains and the, 2 or 3 words and a somewhat kind of shitty attitude, he started to do that. I don't think that's him either.
He says, I don't think that's him either. First of all, Floyd Mayweather, when Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis talk, y'all remember in Living Color, that character that used to be in prison? He said a whole lot, but he wasn't saying shit. Equity, my brother. You see, the short hats, the 24-karat community, my brother, they have a mental stranglehold on the black community. But we have to jogatize our minds and remain free of the system. So basically what I'm saying, my brother, is you have $5 I could borrow. That's these niggas. When Floyd, Tank talk, when they talk, it is a attack on the English language. Because I have to listen really hard. I never said I fight to call Devin Haney before I tell you Jake Paul was in the locker room. He matched with Lamont Russell of Baltimore. The fuck did you just say? Nigga, just learn how to count money so you can have some money for your children, bruh. By the way, all that slow talking, that's more than just a lack of education, bruh. That's some people going upside his head in the ring. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Y'all gonna see. That's what that shit is. And don't act like he don't get beat up in the fucking ring. Brian Norman, Elijah Pierce, Devin Haney, and Lord knows who else. Stop it. Back to this nigga.
These gold diamond fronts and all this shit. Yes, maybe that is something that a young man can aspire to and wants to show that he's wealthy and successful, but I don't think that's in his true character. I think he's a more solid guy than that.
Why the fuck are you paying attention to his fucking jewelry? I'm not. I don't care. I don't care. You're an adult. That's what these kids do. Let them live. That's what they do. Eventually, look, I used to have I got a gold chain right now. I don't wear it. It's sitting. I have a King Tut piece and a gold chain. I'm looking at that. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be 50 years old. I'm gonna be 50 years old, y'all. I look walking around with a. That's just not what I do. I drive a Nissan, y'all. I have a Jeep. And if I pull up at the light, when I grow my beard out, it's gray. and you hear me blasting the latest nigga nonsense music, and you look over and it's the man with a gray beard, aren't you gonna be a little confused? Like, hey man, shouldn't you be blasting some jazz? Yeah, and I do. Now I could blast some 90s rap music, that's my era. 80s rap music, that's my era. 90s grunge, that's my era. But this new nigga music, I want this bitch, and I suck this dick. Come on, man. But these new kids, you listen to that shit. They wear big chains, they get tattoos on their face. Not me. Why are they putting Devin in the box like he's trying to be ignorant when y'all know he's not? Y'all know he's not. When Devin had to go to Australia, they put up the most ignorant picture that they could find of Devin. When he was standing there with his hand wraps on, with his shirt off and a gold chain, because that's what they want to project on him. But that's not who he is. They picked the worst picture because I'm not saying it's a bad picture that Devin took. I'm saying that I know why they chose that picture. I know why. But I told George Kambosos about a month ago when I went to that press from him versus Africa, and I say, man, when you come over here to fight Tio, they spelled your name wrong right around the corner, 34th Street, up in Knights. They spelled his last name wrong. And I said, I'm not educated on Kambosos, but I hope he win. You know why I hoped he win? Because even back then, Tio was ducking Devin. And he won. And he's the only person that actually laced him up. And there was some shitty circumstances, but Devin conceded. And he went to Australia and won not once, but twice. Did anybody even congratulate, outside of us, did anybody congratulate Devin Haney? Did anybody do it? No.
I don't think he has genuinely that level of insecurity where he needs to show that to feel successful. If he stayed true to who he really is, I think he'd be a more likable, bigger draw just being Devin Haney.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm done with this nigga, man. I'm done with that nigga. I'm done with this nigga. So now, all right. So now, listen. Now he's saying, that Devin I know Abdullah. I know all about it. Now he's saying that Devin will be a more likable person if he was himself. He is himself. The problem is y'all are putting bullshit on him. Y'all are putting bullshit on him, and that's fine. This is the uphill battle we're dealing with. We're dealing with racism, a whole bunch of denial, and a bunch of paid ops like Radio Raccoon and everybody else. Fuck y'all very much. Simeon Saturdays is tomorrow. I got time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook Tim Bradley's milk dud head having ass. And y'all heard it here first. Tim Bradley, you mean what you say? You want the smoke? Trill Bill just said. Pull up. Make it official. You said that. Exactly, Copper. They want Devin in their box. Oh, he's trying to be this guy. He's trying to be that guy. No, Devin is himself. Oh, yeah, Mike. Tim is going to get it tomorrow because he's the biggest disappointment. Now watch this. Did I ever say Tim Bradley was trash in the ring? No. Did I ever say he's not a Hall of Fame fighter? I never said that. What I am saying is your position in all of this is disturbing. You ain't nothing but a jealous nigga. But I got you tomorrow. So I think the general might be, I don't know if the general's on. Today's his birthday. Happy born day to the general. Salute to you and thank you for starting the LDBC, the Lions Den Boxing Community, because that's what we are. Simeon Saturdays tomorrow. If y'all don't know what a Simeon is, just look it up. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. There's more to that. Y'all go ahead and find it. I don't even want to share this dude's link, man. This is ridiculous, man. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Bronx on deck.
Okay, have a crappy weekend. Hope your house burns down.
Move! One day it'll make sense. Till that day I gotta pay rent. You know, baby, need some new shoes. Gotta keep some dollars on the statement. Serena with the surf. Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Who is you what you deserve? Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Look, I feel like I should just be honest. I'm escaping traumas, trying to be the greatest, that's my promise. You know, I always stand on business, always been relentless. Know the trousers new and the shirt vintage. Living free of drama, still finding ways to make my own problems, chasing progress. A baddie sleeping in a bonnet, that's my favorite topic. Still searching for a goddess like the Black Madonna. It's like that, and I'm right back. For every message left on red and ones that I ain't right back. Was looking for some peace inside myself until I find that I'm in and out of situations, wavy as a kayak. Before the lights dim, I say a prayer, I find the one before my life end. But to be fair, I might not deserve to even find it then. I hope I'm reincarnated through the fire then, so I could try again. One day it'll make sense. Till that day I gotta pay rent. You know, baby, need some new shoes. Gotta keep some dollars on the statement. Serena with the surf. Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Who is you what you deserve? Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. I deserve to be me. I deserve to make mistakes. I deserve to be free.